Oh, that's my problem. Okay.
2, 3, go. Well, anyhow, when I was in, I think I was in 5th grade, I and 2 friends of mine were riding at night down to the Dairy Queen. Get a Dairy Queen. We were like 6 blocks from our house. So I was going down, I think it was 1st Avenue, 2nd Avenue North. I think I was south.
2nd Avenue South, yeah.
We were going out and this little dog came out and trying to bite my heel on the bicycle. And I was pedaling to beat hell to get away from that dog. And you know, you're not looking, you keep looking down the dog. And this lady was jaywalking on the street. Huge lady. You and me together. She was huge. Wearing a black coat.
Camera like
And-
yours, Dad.
Carrying groceries.
Like yours.
Well, I hit her straight on.
Oh no!
I mean, straight on.
You
I mean, just
smacked
cold cocked her. I mean, it should have killed her. It really should have. I mean, because I was going full bore. Groceries everywhere.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, when she came to, which didn't take very long, thank God. All my eggs, all my groceries, you know, and I thought, oh. Well, I was right next to a funeral home. Oh, one of the kids, Gary Galantine, he said, I'm getting out of here. Well, he didn't want no part of it.
Oh, that was riding with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, he didn't want to get in trouble, but he was willing to leave his lady to die, or whatever. Jim Dillinger, another, you know, the other one, he stuck right with me, and I ran across the street to the funeral home, and they come out with an ambulance, and or maybe about a hearse, I don't even remember now. Well, they come out and picked her up, hauled her to the hospital. You know, when, whatever, well, as soon as that happened, she was gone, we disappeared. We're gone. I mean, nobody was there to take a report or nothing. I mean,
The
they
only
got
thing that's left is groceries.
groceries, and I think they picked up some of them. I didn't. I just, you know, we were, after she went there, we were gone. Well, I come home, and I tell Al and Jerry. And I said, but you guys can't tell. I mean, they didn't. And so this went on for 30 days. 30 days.
Oh my gosh.
The only indication that she had, she heard Jim Dillinger talk while we was there. She remembered his voice. She lived 2 doors down from him. So when she got out of the hospital, she was like 4 days in the hospital. I mean, she had a hell of a bump on her head. Anyhow, she went over there and says, okay, you were there, who did this? Well, I don't think he actually gave my name, but he said one of the Erickson's boys, probably. Well, and that's how, because I used to come home at noon and make lunch for Marlene, Harley, and Dad, you know, because he was in a wheelchair. And so that's what we did every noon. We just come home and that's what we did. Well, she comes to the door at noon. And when I opened the door and I seen her, I thought, oh man, this is it. She says, your dad here? Yeah. And so I wheeled him up to the door and she said, well, one of your boys ran over me. And he looked at her like, ain't nobody can run over you. He didn't say that,
But you know, that's what he was thinking. He looked up one side or another.
I mean, she was huge. She had to weigh 350 pounds.
Wow.
At least. And you know, in this giant black coat and groceries, I mean, pretty big target. But you know, I wasn't targeting her. It was just...
Hard
She
to
was
miss.
15 points.
No. So anyhow, no, David, you did no, I didn't do that. No. And so then she left, because she wanted to pay the hospital bill, doctor bill.
I see.
Well, we were on welfare. Hell, Mom was doing office cleaning and whatever. I mean, she was trying to support 5 kids at home, because I think Butch was gone by this time.
Yeah, I was in the service.
Yeah. You know, but we still had the rest of it home. You know, Jerry and Al, we weren't doing. I wasn't doing paper routes then.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Al was
One
doing
register
paper route, but I started selling papers in the street when I was 8. You had to be 9, but I lied about my age and started selling papers on the street when I was 8. But anyhow, so okay, one of the Erickson boys must have done it. They got pinpointed that. So naturally that night, Mom quizzes us all, and there's only one person in that category was Al. You know, he was the right age. He was old enough to be out on his bicycle. Oh, little David wouldn't do that, you know. So that night,
Fucking little David
I think it was
knocked on
that same night, Mom grabs Al and she's a block away, 2 blocks away from our house, maybe a block away. Anyhow, 2 blocks. No, it was just the opposite side of the 1 block, where she lived.
Yeah.
And the little brown house there, and took him over there and quizzed him up and down, and he just swore up and down he didn't do it. So by this time, it's still an Erickson boy. Well, Jerry was really, he wasn't into riding bicycles, so that wasn't, so there's only one guy left. So she came home and pretty much pinpointed, David, you know, did you do this? Oh, you had it, you know. Yeah. What, you know, and then I can't even remember all went on after that, but, you know, it was, Al probably remembers, but it was, you know, quite a little fiasco for a while, and then you had to end up telling the story. Well, by the time you got done, everybody's laughing. You know, thank God she wasn't dead, you know, but everybody was howling. How could you run over this lady that big and da-da-da-da-da? So needless to say, in the last 50 years, it's been told a few times. Mom could tell it really well, because she had to live it, you know, literally. But Jerry and Al kept the secret, boy.
They had your
kept
back.
to the very good. Well, the next day, guess who shows up at school? The police. So they hauled me out of classroom down to the principal's office, so I had to tell them the whole story. Went through all that, and she still wanted us to pay the bill. But, you know, hell, we were on welfare. We were going down to the commodities and getting our bread and, our cheese and rice and beans, and, things were tough. We were never hungry, but it was pretty tough, you know.
Sold rags to get a gallon of milk.
Oh, yeah, we used to go collect rags and paper. We went miles, didn't we?
Yeah.
Miles!
Miles.
We wore out bikes,
Yeah. you
driving
know,
all over town, collecting newspaper and
Deliver the newspapers and go back and collect them and sold them.
And try to
Go
get
down
them.
to the Sunbeam Bakery and buy a 10-cent loaf of bread.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Al and I put a lot of miles on bicycles. A lot of miles.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they call those the good old days.
Yeah, no
I
kidding.
don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know if they were so good, but, you know, it didn't hurt us. It, you know, I think of that many times.
What a story.
That's funny.
Yeah, all the, you know,
I never
it just-
felt poor. I said I never felt poor.
It's a BlackBerry.
No, I didn't either.
I only use it for
I never
camera
once.
and,
What you don't have, you don't miss.
Right.
You know, the guy that's born with no arms, he don't miss them.
That's right.
He didn't have them.
I don't know
You
what
know,
it
that's how I look
is.
at
That
it.
spot,
Yeah.
that
You
brings
know, the
up
guys that
all
go to
your-
Iraq and get blown apart, now they miss them.
all the,
Yeah.
categories.
Now they gotta change their whole lives.
Yeah.
If you don't have them right from the start, you gotta learn how to, you gotta deal without it right off the bat.
You know, I'll never
Let's do
forget
this. Let's go help.
this guy in Hayden Lake, was born with no arms,
To use
literally
it, so
nothing.
I forget when I don't use it for a while.
And I seen him in Denny's one day, and I ended up getting to be a friend of his. And he was sitting there eating a sandwich with his feet. And I thought, whoa. And along the way, Gail and I, when we lived out in a trailer park out in Hayden Lake, he was next door.
That didn't do it.
And so I got to know him even better. And one day I see him walking out of that trailer
Okay, I thought it was
with a
just me.
26-inch TV in his teeth.
Usually there's a
And I
button on the
thought,
side that makes
what
it be a
in the
camera.
world?
Yeah.
Here he
This one has
repaired
Does
TVs.
that.
Sis,
With his feet.
With his feet.
Holy
There it is,
crap.
camera.
He would go up and tie a rope around that TV, grab it with his teeth and carry it to the car.
I have absolutely no idea.
And
This
I
is different
realized
than
then I
what I
never
had.
had no problems.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, well, good
You got
luck.
it easy.
Oh, wait a
That's
minute.
incredible.
We got
Yeah.
There's the camera and then there's the video camera.
Yeah.